Hi boys and girls, welcome back to art. Hopefully you got a chance to listen to Katie and the Sunflowers and the story with going through the museum and learning about Vincent van Gogh. And now hopefully you also watched the short video with Vincent van Gogh and learned about that artist. Today we're going to be making flowers and using chalk later, but not today. So today all you're going to be doing is creating a really big flower so that we can have it on our black 9x9, it's a perfect square paper. If you don't have black construction paper, boys and girls, use white, and you'll just do it with crayons or markers or something else and change what you're using as opposed to what I'm doing. I'm also going to be using just Elmer's glue and a pencil today. So I'm going to start off with drawing a circle in the middle of my paper. Now I don't want that circle too small because I'm gonna have to trace it with glue, and if I put my circle too small, my glue will pull together and we don't want that. So the next thing I'm gonna draw is another circle kind of following along with that one. Again, make sure you have some space in here because if you don't, when you trace with your glue, you're gonna end up with it pulling together and we don't want that. So the next thing I'm gonna draw is just kind of a flower shape, and again, really big. We're using up our paper, utilizing it, these curved lines. We're just making a simple flower shape that we're going to be coloring in. If you have a different idea, you can go ahead and explore with that. Just make sure you make it big if you're using the glue and chalk. So then I'm going to make a curved line and another curved line to make a leaf. Again, you want to make it big, not teeny tiny, or your glue will pull together. And then another line over here. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make another curved line and a curved line over here so that they come together and meet at a point. And then I'm just going to draw a line down the middle. So now I've drawn a very simple flower, very easy shape, because we're going to be using glue to trace that today, boys and girls. And then you want to make sure that you leave it nice and flat, because the next week I'll be doing the next part of the lesson. If you do not have chalk at home to use, you're going to use the glue and do it on white paper. Maybe use black lines instead and trace over with your glue over the black lines. So notice when I'm using my glue, I'm going nice and slow so that I get a nice thick line, but not so thick that it's spreading out. And I'm gonna do all one side so that I'm not dragging my hand, and then I'm also picking up my glue, so that I'm doing one piece at a time and I'm not smearing the glue. See, I notice I stop squeezing when I'm picking up so that I make nice, thick, pretty lines, boys and girls. So I'm gonna trace this entire flower. Notice I'm turning the paper. I am not trying to turn my hand while I do this, boys and girls, because that makes it harder on myself. I turn the paper, but try not to put your hands through it. So again, you're just tracing these lines. Once you get these lines traced, you're going to let it sit and dry until next week. But make sure when you put it to dry that it's flat, because if you don't, boys and girls, the glue will run and then all the lines that you made will no longer be on the lines that you were wanting to keep. So make sure you keep it dry, have fun with this. Remember to learn about Vincent van Gogh, and we're kind of creating our own kind of flower or sunflower using him as our inspiration this week, boys and girls. I hope that you have fun. Let this dry and next week we'll come back. Bye, boys and girls.